In the 90s, Michael Bivins was the hottest artist and producer in the industry. Coming off the success of New Edition, he released hit after hit as a member of Bell Biv DeVoe, all while being the CEO of his own management company and his own label, Biv 10, through a joint venture with Motown. As he built up his roster of exciting and talented artists, he introduced the world to his new boy group, Another Bad Creation, also known as ABC. Chris, Mark, Red, Dave, Roe, and their DJ G.A were the cutest little things straight out of the southside of Atlanta. They paved the way for other young rappers and were fashion trendsetters with their inside-out clothes, airbrushed overalls, and starter jackets straight from Walters. After selling more than 2 million copies of their first album, they had everyone, including grown men, walking around singing, Aisha. The last time we saw Another Bad Creation, they were coolin' at the playground, you know? And if you blinked, you probably missed their rise and their disappearance. So what happened? You already know the answer. It was the crooked, shady music industry.
CDs, cassettes cost $15. We sold like 3 million of them, so $50 million off of record sales alone. You know what I mean? And for us not to even get none of that, that's kind of crazy.
You're going to need something to munch on for this one, so head on over to rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand, and scoop up a bag of beef, bacon, and turkey jerky, bacon cheddar popcorn, and blue raspberry licorice. David Shelton, Romel Chapman, and his cousin Chris Sellers, and brothers Demetrius and Marlis Pugh were sitting around bored in the summer of 1988 when they decided to get a little radio and dance on the side of the street for money. They broke off into groups, and 5-year-old Dave and 10-year-old Chris ventured off to a beauty salon and danced for one of the stylists who was kind enough to give them $1 so they could buy some food. According to the New York Times, they showed up at the salon multiple times, and during one of their visits, the stylists called her brother, Kevin Wales, and told him he needed to come to the salon so he could see the kids in action. Kevin, who was working in the maintenance department of Delta Airlines at the time, was fascinated by the entertainment business, and he saw an opportunity to turn the boys into stars. He started teaching them dance steps, and they became background singers and dancers for his singing act. And guess who else stepped in to help them? If you guessed Jermaine Dupri, you are correct. ABC thought Jermaine was a kid like them because he was so short. But in fact, Jermaine was a talented breakdancer at the time. He had gone on tour as a dancer for Houdini and can even be seen in the music video for the group's 1984 song, Freaks Come Out at Night. With their choreography in place, ABC started competing at local talent shows. After winning show after show after show, they told Parlay magazine they knew it was time to get serious about becoming entertainers. In an interview with Real Gully TV YouTube channel, they revealed that they initially went by the names 14 Karat Gold and the Five Sensations, before Kevin and his brother officially named them Another Bad Creation. With their parents' permission, Kevin set out to get them a record deal, and he was in luck because Dave was Ralph Tresvant's nephew. Ralph had just launched a solo career, and he heard about his nephew and his friends' progress on the Atlanta scene. So he invited them out to Los Angeles in 1989. After receiving the invitation, Kevin could sense that something huge was on the horizon. So he quit his job at the airline and used all his savings to finance the group's trip. According to an interview with Parlay magazine, they stayed with Ralph for a week, and while there, they met his New Edition group member, Michael Bivins. Mike signed them to his label right away. The very next day, ABC was in the studio recording their album with Dallas Austin. Aisha was written by Dallas and Mike, and if you listen closely, you can hear Mike's new group, better known as Boyz II Men, singing in the background of the track. In an interview with the Really Gully TV YouTube channel, Chris and Roe confirmed they named the song after a real girl named Aisha who lived in Chris's apartment complex. They described her as being much older than them, maybe 18 or 19, with light skin and a pretty face. RRG attempted to locate her, but our efforts came up short. While they worked on recording music, Kevin got started with formulating their image. He told the LA Times, "We wanted a group that had a touch of danger to it, that looked and acted a little threatening. No kids group with that kind of image had ever made it big. We're the first." Aisha was released in October 1990, and it was a hit. With its new jack swing beat and cute lyrics about a playground attraction and a Nintendo and cereal date, the song was certified gold. After the music video became a favorite on BET, R&B radio programmers who are usually reluctant to play kid acts started giving the song airplay. MTV soon fell in line and opened up ABC to the pop market. With their only competition being the R&B group The Boys, who were a little older and less edgy, ABC had a clear path to success. In February 1991, ABC released their debut album entitled Coolin' at the Playground, You Know, and it was certified 2 times platinum. Their song Playground dropped in March 1991, and it was certified gold. Someone was making bank, but it wasn't the group members of ABC. When it came time to prepare for performances, Ro told our friends over at Off the Radar TV that Jermaine helped them with the choreography for Playground and Aisha. Jermaine was also getting more involved in the music industry and was supposed to produce some songs for their album. But since the ABC machine was moving so quickly and their popularity was skyrocketing, Jermaine got lost in the shuffle. Was Jermaine ticked off for getting left in the dust? Allegedly. And don't worry, we'll get into that in a bit as well. ABC performed and traveled all over, along with their DJ, Adrian G.A. Witcher. Michael Jackson even reached out and asked for the group to appear in the music video for his song, Black or White. All of them got a chance to meet the king of pop, but Red told Off the Radar TV that MJ only wanted the 3 youngest members of ABC to be in the music video. We know. You're probably wondering how MJ acted around ABC. Well, Red told Off the Radar TV,
Yeah, he showed us a lot of love. He ain't never tried to come at us weird. He invited us to the Neverland Ranch or whatever it's called, but we never had the opportunity to go.
Off the success of ABC, other teenage acts started popping up. Fellow Atlanta rappers Criss Cross released their song Jump in February 1992, and it was clear they wanted all the smoke.
Now, originally, correct me if I'm wrong, the beginning of Jump had Playground playing, then they'd scratch it out, and then Jump came on, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be a lawyer, but correct me if I'm wrong. That's illegal, right?
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to fight. We was ready to beef with them. I mean, we didn't know nothing else, but we didn't even know them people. So we what y'all coming at us for?
Not only that, Jump includes the lyrics, "Don't try to compare us to another bad little fad." The song also contains the lyrics, "'Cause inside out is wiggity 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 whack." Inside Out is clearly referring to ABC, who were known for wearing their clothes inside out with the labels and tags showing. And guess who's responsible for co-writing and co-producing the diss track? Jermaine Dupri. Was Jermaine still in his feelings for getting left out of ABC's success? They appeared in the 1993 film The Meteor Man, and in September of that same year, their second album, It Ain't What You Wear, It's How You Play It, was released. The album included a lot of changes for the young entertainers. Dallas was no longer involved with their career. Because they were children, they never received a clear answer as to what the heck was going on and why. The group told Hype magazine that not only did their management try to switch up their style, but their managers also picked the wrong songs to be singles. I Don't Want to Be Grown Up and Where's Your Little Sister failed to chart, and the album was a commercial disappointment. They were a little bit older and were starting to realize the truth about the industry, especially as it pertained to the money they weren't making. For artists, the real dough is made when they go on tour. But according to Red, ABC went on the road, but they never went on a huge tour. Red told Off the Radar TV,
Viv was in charge of that, and we could have toured, and I kind of felt like for whatever reason, he didn't want us to tour. And I hope it wasn't because he didn't want us to get no real money.
For all of the hard work they were putting in, their families were living in undesirable neighborhoods. Meanwhile, the people at the top were cashing in. After Motown was acquired by the Dutch record company Polygram, the transition of distribution left ABC out in the cold. After 3 years and 2 albums, their time was up. They returned to Atlanta and continued on with their everyday lives. Some of them went off to college. They started families and eventually reconvened in 2006 to release an EP entitled Grady Baby Compilation. They still perform from time to time, including in 2019 when they were invited to perform at Funk Fest. Mark is unable to perform with them at times because he suffers from vertigo, but they confirm they never broke up and they're still ABC. Let us know if you're shocked by what happened to another bad creation. And thanks for watching RRG.